The first theme is research as creation of knowledge. That is the first theme. And the second theme, that is in the second session, we'll be trying to discuss on strengthening research in higher education institutions. So these are the two themes that I would be sharing with you. Let me come to my presentation at the outset. And please tell me whether you are able to see the screen or not.
Yes, sir. We are seeing the screen, sir.
Yeah, you are able to see that. That is good. Let me come to that. Okay. Fine. Are you able to see the presentation now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Research as the creation of knowledge. That is the theme that we are, discussing in this session. Let me ask you at the outset, why do we do research? Why are we doing research? Of course, it is for getting a degree. That is not the thing that I am trying to share with you. But why do we do research? Anyone?
For innovation, sir, to finding some solutions.
Chandrasekhar, sir, can you be a little louder? I think you have muted yourself, Dr. Chandrasekhar.
ಸರ್ ಹೊಸ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನ ಪತ್ತೆ ಹಚ್ಚತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಒಂದು.
Sir, innovation, sir, to find some solutions to a problem, and also for innovation.
Okay, that means there are some problems in the discipline, and you want to find a solution to that, and also you want to innovate something new, right? Okay, Jayanna sir. Jayanna sir, please. Yeah.
ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಅಂತಿಮ ವರ್ಷದ BCom ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಲೋಕಲ್ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಆ ಹಳ್ಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನ ತಿಳಿದು ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಮಾಹಿತಿಗಳನ್ನ ಕಲೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಕಳೆದ 3 ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಸರ್. ಅದು ಒಂಥರದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊಸ ವಿಚಾರಗಳು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ಅದೇ ಊರಿನ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ಆಗಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಅದರ ಊರು ಹೇಗಿತ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಹಿರಿಯರನ್ನ ಭೇಟಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಾಹಿತಿಗಳನ್ನ ಕಲೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಒಂದು ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಈ ತರ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಬೆಳೆಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಸರ್ ನಮ್ಮ ವುಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಚಾಮರಾಜನಗರದಿಂದ. ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಹೊಸ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನ ತಿಳಿಸಿಕೊಡುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಪಾತ್ರವನ್ನ ವಹಿಸ್ತದೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ನನ್ನ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ ಸರ್.
Now, for those who do not follow Kannada, what Jayanna sir is telling is that research is to find something new or to create new knowledge. That is what he is trying to tell. Varsha madam, Varsha Patnaik madam, can you speak?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir. Sir, for me, research means to search again the same problem. Every researcher may have a different solution in a different way or method. That's what I mean by research. Yes.
Thank you. In fact, if the method of research is different to solve the problem, then you may find different answers to the same problem, same issue. Okay. Anita madam.
It can also be exploring things, sir.
Exploring new things, finding out something new.
Yes.
Maybe to understand a new phenomenon, a new, new theory being developed. Okay.
Yes, sir. And to justify the old that has already been done, to justify that.
To justify, to confirm that which already has been existing as knowledge. Fine.
Yes.
Padmaja madam, would you like to say something?
Sir, good afternoon, sir. ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಂಶೋಧನೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಹೊಸದನ್ನ ಹುಡುಕೋದು. ಹೊಸದನ್ನ ಹುಡುಕೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದ್ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆ ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗೋದು. ನಾವು ಪೂರ್ತಿ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದ್ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆ ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದನ್ನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರು ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಒಂದ್ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆ ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಂಡೊಯ್ಯೋದೊಂದು ನನ್ನ ಆಶಯ ಸರ್.
Okay, very good, very good. In fact, it is incremental creation of knowledge. That means she is saying that everything will not be understood in one go. We are gradually finding something new and that leads to further research. Then I think Karunesh is there. Karunesh, would you like to say something?
Yes, sir.
Please.
Sir, whatever my teacher friends told,
Yeah.
research is searching new things, or research is innovation. Research is a continuous process. As Padma Madam said, research is we have identified something and we left something for our juniors to identify. Sir, you forget all these things. Practically speaking, in the government institution, research is a survival, according to me.
Okay.
Sir,
Okay.
2009 batch assistant professors, even today, without PhD, they are struggling to get associate professor, to be frank with you.
Okay.
And many my senior colleagues, they are working from 25 years. They have not declared professorship because they have not done PhD.
Okay. Okay.
So this is, see, all these things, textbook. I am speaking directly, practical part.
Very good. Very good.
Because I entered into research without my knowledge. I cleared my NET, but I cleared JRF.
Okay.
So my guide said, instead of going for half-line PhD, you come to instead of part-time PhD, you come to direct full-time PhD because you will get the fellowship money. I received around 12,50,000 rupees.
Yeah.
From the JRF UGC. And now I appointed as an assistant professor. Sir, this is what research is a bread and butter, according to me.
Very good. Very good. In fact, Karunesh is trying to present a practical situation as to the importance of research in the life of a teacher in the higher education institution. Definitely, if you want to enter into a job, you require a PhD. If you want to get promotion from one level to another level, you have to get PhD. Definitely, that is the purpose of research. But when you think in terms of the knowledge, the work that you are doing, one is the practical aspect, which Karunesh has told us. The other is the conceptual theoretical aspect, which he said is according to the textbooks, what others have been telling, that research is creation of knowledge, research is finding some solution to a problem, etc. Definitely. That is, I mean, both of them are welcome. Any other person would like to speak? Anyone else? We have 39, I think 39 people in this session. Yes. Dr. Nanjun Swami said that there is somebody from library science. Would somebody from library science would like to speak? Physical education. There is somebody also from physical education. I don't know your names. Please forgive me for that. Yes. I'm not able to hear anyone. Who else would like to speak? No. Okay. That doesn't matter. I hope that they are there, even though they are not speaking. Let me proceed further. One of the things that research is undertaken is to create knowledge. Creation of knowledge in any discipline, for that matter. We'll try to understand what is knowledge a little later. What do we mean by knowledge? Okay. Research is also undertaken for understanding a phenomenon. I think somebody said this already. I want to explain something, and that is the reason why research is undertaken. Understanding any phenomenon, for that matter. We do undertake research. Solving a problem, somebody had said, I think it was Dr. Chandrasekhar who said this, that research is for solving a problem at hand. Okay. Research is also undertaken for developing generalizations and theories. You know that in most of the quantitative research, we are working with a sample, and then based on the findings that the data that we have obtained on the sample, we want to generalize it to a population by using inferential statistics. So that means we are trying to develop generalizations and theories in that field of work or in that field of knowledge. It is also predicting outcomes and consequences. Many a times research leads to development of a model. Like for example, in the field of economics or commerce, the development of a model which can be used to predict certain outcomes or certain consequences. So that also is a part of or the objective of research. Analyzing issues that are concerned with the discipline and giving an analytical view of that issue is also a purpose of research. Addressing concern. What is the difference actually between an issue and a concern? How do you differentiate between an issue and a concern?
Sir, issue is something that we have to think about it to find out a solution, sir. Concern is, it is something that is related to our, maybe if you just take the research, it will be related, yes, I have to achieve these things. So it is a feeling, maybe I can say it is a feeling where I show some concern about the end product or whatever it is, end result, I can say. Sir.
Thank you, Anita madam. Thank you. Anyone else?
Sir, issue is the current subject, what it is going on.
Okay.
And concern is how to do it, how to execute it. So that we have to show the concern.
Thank you. Thank you, Garudesha. Chandrasekhar sir wants to speak, I think.
Sir, just me only explains.
Yeah, okay. See, basically, concern is that which is bothering us. That which is bothering us, that becomes a concern. Whereas an issue, like Karunesh has said, an issue will have more than one possibilities. You know, when you are debating, for example, when you are debating, you are presented with an issue. And that issue has both sides, whether to do this or not to do this. So that is an issue. Whereas a concern is that which actually bothers us. How to resolve it? How can I do this? So that becomes a concern. And in every discipline, you do have issues and concerns. Let me now come to another aspect, that is, how do we start a research? What is the origin of a research idea? How do we start? How do we do that? If you can see this, research questions often begin as more general research ideas, usually focusing on some issue, some concern, or some problem in educational or other disciplinary contexts. How did you start your research? All of you are PhD holders, right? How did you, get the idea that I should do research on this topic? Can you
Sir,
just
many of the times it is.
Yes.
Sir, many of the times it is the guidance by the supervisor, and some of the times it is also the interest of the research candidate, what he wants to do further in his higher educational career.
Nataraj sir, what is the discipline from which you are?
Biochemistry, sir.
Yes?
Biochemistry, sir.
Biochemistry. And what was the topic of your research?
Sir, I worked on, effect of medicinal plant extracts on snake venom toxicity.
Okay, very good, very good. The medicinal plant extracts and its effect on snake venom toxicity. Toxicity,
Yes,
whether that medicinal plant extract helps in reducing the toxicity or not. Is that right?
yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, right,
Can
right.
can medicinal extracts be used to save the life of a envenomed individual?
Very good, very good. Nataraju sir, how did you think that you should work in
Yes, sir.
biochemistry? There are so many areas, right? How
So,
did you?
as I said, it was,
Yeah, please.
sir, as I said, it was a suggestion by my guide.
Okay, so what happens?
Based
What
on his
Nataraju sir
work,
is saying, Nataraju sir is saying that many times the research guides, supervisors, they do work on certain areas, and that is their specialization. Many times, a research guide specialization also becomes the area in which the research student works. Definitely. I think this is one way in which a research study begins. Right? Okay. Nataraju sir,
yes, sir.
are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Can you tell me that why did you think of medicinal plant extracts only, and why did you think of toxicity in the venom of snakes?
Sir, in biochemistry department, the department is working on snake venom toxicity and cure for snake venom bite for almost 25 years. So I was one of the students in there. From the day of our classes during PhD defenses, I was exposed to the topic number of times. So
Very
that's
good.
how I got into that track.
Yeah. In fact, what we understand from this is certain departments of higher education are specializing on certain themes, certain areas, like what Nataraju sir has said, that the department has been working for the last 25 years on snake venom and researches on snake venom. And definitely, as a student of that discipline and that department, he was inducted into studying the snake venom and the medicinal extracts on reducing the toxicity. Thank you, sir. Let me ask Karunesh. Karunesh, sir.
Yes, sir, I am ready.
Yeah, how did you think of what is your research topic, sir?
Sir, a study of employees' performance appraisal system in KSRTC, Karnataka State Road Transport Corporation.
Okay. And your discipline is business management or?
Yes, commerce, sir.
Okay, okay. And now that you thought that you should...
Sir, actually, I wanted to speak with you.
Yeah.
When you said issue and concern.
Yeah.
Actually, I wanted to do research on financial position of the third genders.
Okay.
So third genders financial condition, how they can live, their standard of living.
Okay.
Sir, for everything finance is base. And for them, no job, no education. I wanted to involve in that research area of the finance.
Okay.
But my guide suggested me to do the research easy method and the performance appraisal system, human resource management, you do it on KSRTC, Road Transport Organization. So I did this.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Karunesh, sir. In fact, you did have interest in some other area, some other topic, but then considering the suggestions of your supervisor, you decided to work on the employee performance in KSRTC, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Anita, madam?
Yes, sir. Sir,
what
I
was your-
was interested in community-oriented program, I mean, some work. So I evaluated ICDS, which was started in 1975. So I wanted to know the efficacy, I mean, how well it is working and whether it is needed or not. I just wanted to know the effect of 25 or the years of its inception, sir. So I did
Very
on
good.
community nutrition. That is impact of ICDS on the beneficiaries of Mysore, then Mysore district. That is all 11 taluks I have visited, sir.
Okay, thank you. Anita madam has undertaken an evaluative research.
Yes,
She has
sir. It was
evaluated-
even clinical study also. Like I did their nutritional status, and along with that, I did their hemoglobin status also, sir.
Very
So-
good, very good. ICDS was started with a certain purpose. It was a
Yes.
Government of India project. And
Yes.
it was, you have the background of home science, you said, right?
Food science, sir. Yes, sir.
Food science, food science.
Food
Right.
science and nutrition. Yes, sir.
ICDS, actually, when we look at the objectives of ICDS,
Yes,
the
sir.
improvement in nutritional standards of children probably
Yes,
is
sir.
one of the objectives.
Yes, sir.
And Dr. Anita was
Yes, sir.
trying to find out whether the ICDS program did
Yes, sir.
really affect or impact the nutritional standards of children. That was one
So
of the
definitely,
variables.
yes, definitely it was, it is a successful scheme, sir. But the thing
Okay.
is, once it reaches the saturation level, probably it has to be shifted to other places, sir. So acceptance by the community will be there until they achieve the goal. And later on, it becomes a routine for them. So naturally, they will have their, I mean, whatever the implication that was there with the regard to their nutritional status or immunization, whatever the goal that is there of ICDS, they will have well known, they'll be knowing about it and they'll continue to perceive those things in their life. So
you.
I felt from my research that it has to be shifted to some other centers so that the new centers can receive these benefits of the programs.
Thank you. Thank you, Anita madam. You have
Welcome,
also come out with some recommendations
Yes,
based
sir.
on the
Yes, sir.
findings of your research. Right,
Yes,
right,
sir.
right.
Yes, sir.
And for
Yes,
your
sir.
information, since you are interested in evaluation, program
Yes, sir.
evaluation, see,
Yes, sir.
ICDS is a program and you wanted to evaluate that program, and program
Yes,
evaluation is a specialized area in research. And I would like to inform you that
Yes,
the
sir.
RD Mysuru is going to organize a 6-day online program, short-term program on
Yes, sir.
program evaluation and evaluation research. The
Yes, sir.
methodology of that, and it is available on RI website. If you are
Okay.
interested to further specialize, you may
Yes, sir.
enroll. This is only for
Thank you
your
very much,
information
sir.
and information for the other participants. You know that there
Yes,
are
sir.
many programs which Government of India, state government would implement. Like for example, the midday meal scheme, right? Midday meal
Yes,
is a
sir.
program, and if
Yes,
somebody
sir.
wants
It
to
is a
evaluate
program. Yes,
that,
sir.
what
Yes,
is the
sir.
methodology for evaluating it? That is what is the program on. Okay, let me now come to Chandrasekhar sir. Chandrasekhar sir, would you like to tell what was the topic of your research?
Sir, impact of land use on soil fertility, a case study in Central Himalayas.
Impact of
Land uses on soil fertility, a case study in
land
Central
uses on
Himalayas.
soil fertility.
Yes, sir. In the Central Himalayas, sir.
Central Himalayas.
Yes, sir.
So you went to Himalayas to study that?
Yes, sir. I was staying once in after alternate months for 20 days, and I used to study for a period of 3 years. I have done there, sir. Field visits,
Oh,
field works.
that's great. In fact, actually, you are from Mysore, is it?
And I'm from Tumkur, sir. Actually, I did my masters from Bangalore University. Then I went to Jawaharlal Nehru University for a PhD degree. And then from there, my guide had one project called Tropical Soil Biology and Fertility Center based in Kenya, Nairobi. So
Okay.
from that, it's a part of that work. I involved in this work, but it is entirely, my work is different from that project.
Okay, very good. Very nice to hear that. Let me I mean, ask anybody else who is interested in speaking now? Anyone else? Patnaik madam?
Yes, sir.
Patnaik
My
madam?
top.
What?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
My topic is hierarchical coupling between mental health and academic achievement among the BA trainees of Arunachal Pradesh. Sir, this topic was only and only my choice because my background is I am 100% housewife actually before starting my B.Ed and M.Ed, then PhD. Though slowly I have improved because of my mental health, because not a single person from both of my family side were accepted my studies, further studies after marriage. So yes, sir. So I wanted to tell them that if my mental health is okay, if a person is mentally healthy, they can achieve anything. That's why
Okay.
I have studied on it. Yes, sir.
Very good, very good. In fact, see, it's so interesting. You know,
Yes.
what actually I'm trying to show you in this, flow chart. How is it that a research topic or research idea originates? In fact, Varsha madam is saying the second one, practical problems.
Yes.
The practical problems which she was facing in her personal life also led to an idea of undertaking a research study on mental health. In fact, there are other ways in which a research study can be started. One is informal observation. But most of the time, what you people have said is right. The departmental expertise, the guides expertise, they all matter. In fact, they all become the deciding factors in a student taking research. And please remember, previous research studies, many a time, previous research studies are the basis for starting a research. Now, let me come to a very simple question. I'm sure that most of you would be knowing what really is the difference. But to generate that discussion, there are persons who are working in social sciences. Like, for example, Varsha madam is working in education, the field of education, which is a part of the social sciences. And there are also research scholars who are working in sciences. Like, for example, the study on snake venom. It is from biochemistry, right? So now both these persons who are doing research either in social science or in science, what really is the difference? How is it that social science research differs from science research or research in science? What do you think?
Sir, social science, it deals with the socio-economic activity of a environment. So
Yeah.
whereas science deals with how that problem arises and what is the scientific cause behind it. That is the only difference, sir.
Right. Okay. Anyone else? What do you
Sir,
think is the
myself,
difference? Yes.
myself, Dr. Nagaraj, sir. Sir,
Nagaraj,
usually
yeah.
in research, science research, we go usually they are all going with a scientific method, sir. And in
Okay.
social science, usually we are in social science we are discussing the behaviors of the learners, no. So that's why it is little difficult for observation of the students, sir.
Very good. Excellent. Dr. Nagaraj, sir, what is your background?
Sir, I'm a principal of B.Ed college.
Okay.
Uh,
In?
Already I completed PhD research work, sir, in Kuampu University, from
Okay.
Kuampu University, sir.
Yeah.
My,
You are working
my
in which college?
Sri Raghavendra College of Education, Maladi, sir.
Okay. Thank
Well,
you. Thank you so
Chitradurga
much.
district.
In
Yeah,
fact,
thank you, sir.
Nagaraju sir has really spelled out the difference between science and social science. He says that the research in science follows strictly the scientific method. That is what he is saying. And we'll come to that, what really is scientific method. And of course, all of you are familiar with that, not that you don't know. We'll come to that a little later. And he says that in social sciences, we are dealing with certain phenomena which are of the type where subjectivity comes in. That is what he is trying to tell. Any other difference, do you think? Is there any other difference? Research in science and research in social science. Let me come to that one by one. See, researchers in science, they are trying to create deterministic knowledge. Whereas researchers in social science, they are trying to create probabilistic knowledge. The kind of knowledge which is being generated after doing a research study are of two different kinds: deterministic knowledge and probabilistic knowledge. What is the difference? What is probabilistic knowledge?
Sir, it may be, it is a kind of a statement. It gives not sure about that fact.
That is
good.
assumption,
Very good.
assumption
Very
wise,
good.
sir.
You have said it very
Hypothetical.
nicely. Yes.
Hypothetical.
Any other? Any other?
Sir, hypothetical assumption.
Yeah. Kamlesh, sir, please repeat. I didn't hear.
Sir, it's a assumption and a hypothetical assumption.
Very good. Very good. You are coming very near to that. You are coming very near to that. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Probability. Probability. What are the chances? Probability is nothing but thinking of chances, likelihood. Probability is the basis for any statistics. Statistics which speaks of likelihood. What is the likelihood that this statement of relationship is true? Let me give you an example. Say I want to make a statement that water boils at 100 degree. 100 degree? What?
Celsius, sir.
100 degree?
Centigrade.
Centigrade. Celsius.
Yes.
Celsius.
Or
Fine.
Fahrenheit also.
Yeah. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. This is a statement of knowledge. This is actually a statement of knowledge. Now, this statement of knowledge, is it a probabilistic knowledge or a deterministic knowledge? What do you think?
Sir,
Deterministic.
it is deterministic knowledge.
It is deterministic because there is no chance.
Fact. Yes.
Water may boil at 100 degrees centigrade is not the statement. Water boils at 100 degrees centigrade. That
Yes.
means you are sure about it.
Yes, sir.
That is why it is deterministic knowledge. Whereas probabilistic knowledge is not of that type. It is thinking in terms of may or may not. We'll come to that maybe a little later. The second difference, which I think somebody said, Nagaraj sir said, I think this one, equivalence of units of observation. See, if I'm taking, like for example, the study on snake venom, effect of the medicinal plant extracts on toxicity of snake venom. So he is trying to find out the relationship between these two. On one side, he has the extract from medicinal plants. Whatever be the plant, maybe there are different types of plants. He might have selected a particular plant or maybe a set of plants. And he has taken the extract from those plants. And he is administering that in a situation where the snake venom is present in some living being. And he wants to find out whether the toxicity becomes less or not. What kind of knowledge he is trying to generate? He is trying to generate a deterministic knowledge. Like, for example, whether he does this study in Mysore or Bangalore or Delhi or some other place, I don't think there would be any difference. Whereas, what Varsha madam told some time back, She said that research is research. Am I right, madam? You said that? Research is nothing but research, searching again. That is what you said, right? So, why is it that we want to study the relationships in social science, the same thing in different places? Something is a study that is taking place in Karnataka. The same study is being done in some other place, some other state. Why? Because there is no equivalence of units. Suppose I say that iron or metal expands on heating. This is a statement of knowledge. Metal expands on heating. Any metal I can take. There is no problem. But suppose I am saying the study which madam was talking about. What was that? On mental health and achievement. Mental health and achievement. It is possible that if you do it in one school or one state, you may get a certain kind of finding. And if you do the same study with the same tools in another place, you may get a different finding, not exactly same. Not exactly same. The relationship between the two, the coefficient of correlation might be different, not exactly same. Why? Because the units of observation are different. The units itself are differing. Because human beings, when you are studying human beings, for example, they are not same. Two children who are studying in the same class, in the same school, they are not same. You know, that is what I am trying to tell. Whereas two pieces of iron are always same. It doesn't matter whether you take iron X or iron Y. It doesn't matter. That is what I am trying to tell. So that is one of the differences. That the researchers in science are dealing with units of observation which are equivalent. There is another very interesting thing which differentiates between science and social science. In science, you always have a single theory. Like, for example, the gravitational theory, Newton's theories of gravitation. There are only one. You cannot have alternate theories. Whereas in social sciences, you do have alternate theories. For example, there are more than one theories of learning. There are more than one theories of personality. There are more than one theories, maybe in economics, social science, social work, commerce, more than one theories. And that is another difference. The perspective that you take. And please remember, all these theories are right, correct in their own way. Whether it is Freud's theory or Jung's theory of personality, they are two theories and both of them are correct. Whereas in sciences, we do not have that situation. It is always a single theory. And what happens is that theory is rejected to form a new theory. The existing theory is rejected to form a new theory. But there are no two new theories. It is always one new theory. That is another difference that we find in researches in science and social science. Now let me come to the basic question of this session. What is knowledge? When we say that research is for creating knowledge, we want to find something new. Something new is nothing but knowledge. Research is creating knowledge. But what do we mean by knowledge actually? What is knowledge?
Acquiring something new, which is not known to us.
Okay. Okay.
Sir,
Vasanth,
knowing about what we don't know.
What is knowledge? See, when do you say that I have this knowledge? What is knowledge?
Means knowing something.
Yes,
Knowing something, anything.
knowing anything.
Yes.
Vasanthi madam is there. Vasanthi madam would like to speak. Madam,
Knowledge is a gain of anything. So,
yes, madam, please.
knowledge is gain of anything, whatever it may be. Knows everything.
Okay. Let me come to you with one small little difference. Public knowledge versus personal knowledge. Public knowledge versus personal knowledge. What is the difference between these two?
Public knowledge is everyone knows, but personal knowledge only person knows.
Okay, very good. Vasanthi madam has said it very correctly. Personal knowledge is knowledge of the individual. Personal knowledge is the knowledge of the individual, whereas public knowledge is the universal knowledge. Suppose I say that I saw a ghost yesterday. I saw one ghost yesterday. That is my personal knowledge. It is not public knowledge. When will it become public knowledge?
When you publish it to others, when you convey the message to the others, it becomes public.
So I am telling it to Anita madam. Anita
Yes.
madam, I saw one ghost yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Will
Then
you agree with that?
Yes, sir. If I accept it, definitely, whether I accept the true, I mean, to say whether it is true or not, I may spread that same message to others, convey the same message to others. It is left to them to accept it or not. But that knowledge which you have disseminated to me and I to continue to the next, just like a chain, then it becomes public, sir. Public.
Okay. Now, you said if I accept it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
What is your condition for accepting it?
If I believe in that.
When will you believe in it? Just because I am saying you will not believe.
It's a true may be acceptable, sir.
Yes.
It is a true may be acceptable, otherwise negligible.
If it is.
Sir, there we need an evidence, sir.
Very good. Nagaraju sir is now coming out saying that Anita madam will ask for evidence. Show me also.
Yes, sir.
If you have seen a ghost, I will accept it only when you show me one.
Yes.
You show me one.
Yes.
Then I will accept. See, the difference between public and personal knowledge is the evidence. When evidences are available, personal knowledge can become public knowledge. In the absence of evidences, personal knowledge remains a personal knowledge. It doesn't become public knowledge. In other words, the so-called evidence, what we are saying, evidence is nothing but research. When personal knowledge goes through the process of research, it can become public knowledge. It has the ability to become public knowledge. That is the kind of difference that we are seeing. And let me ask you another simple question. Which one do you teach in the school? Public knowledge or personal knowledge?
The personal knowledge, sir.
In the school, in the textbooks.
Public knowledge.
It is a public knowledge.
It is public knowledge. No textbook would teach personal knowledge.
Public knowledge, sir.
Anything that is a part of the curriculum has to be public knowledge. That means it is researched, it is accepted. It is stated as truth. That is why the difference between the two. There is one more.
So personal knowledge, don't write any book.
Yes.
Except biography.
Look at this second one. Verified knowledge versus tacit knowledge. You know, this was given by a philosopher by name Polanyi. Polanyi gave this difference between verified and tacit knowledge. Tacit knowledge consists all those things that we know how to do, but perhaps we do not know how to explain. We have no idea to explain it. You know, there are so many medicines which are home remedies. Home remedies. You know, if you say that I'm having a wound, I had a small little accident, I'm having a wound. And what happens? Somebody says you use turmeric. You apply turmeric on that. Somebody else says there is a plant nearby. Take the leaves of that and put the what is that? It's extract on the wound. He says it will work. He believes it is working because he has experienced that. But you ask him, how is it that this is working? Tell me how this works actually. That person may not have an explanation. There is no explanation. I know it works. I know how to do this. But I do not know any explanation as to why it works. I don't know. There are many knowledges of that kind. We do have, as teachers, for example, we do have a lot of tacit knowledge. If I do like this, if I explain it this way, my students will understand this better. As a teacher, I know it. But you ask, what is the theory behind it? Give me an explanation why it works. I don't know, but it works. That is the difference. Verified knowledge is the one which has undergone the scientific process. The scientific method is the method for generating verified knowledge. Whereas tacit knowledge is personal experience. Tacit knowledge is created by personal experience. Each one of us have so many different personal experiences. And we have so many things known to us, which is not a part of the verification. It is, we have never verified, but we know it. We know this works. We know how to do this. But we have not studied it. We have not got any explanation for it. There is one more kind of knowledge, evidence-based knowledge and opinion-based knowledge. Evidence-based knowledge, which is objective. Scientific knowledge is objective because it is based on evidence. Whereas some other things may be based on our opinions. We also know that, but it is based on our opinion. This is what is going to happen. This is what will take place. But that is based on opinion, hence it is biased. So there is a difference between these two kinds of knowledges also. So there are different terminologies which we come across when it comes to knowledge. Let me now come back to the public and personal knowledge situation. Let me ask you this question. Is this a public knowledge or a personal knowledge? The color of a crow is both black and white.
Public knowledge.
Yes. Vasanth madam is saying public knowledge.
Personal knowledge, sir.
What is the kind of knowledge?
Public personal.
Public.
Public knowledge. Color of a crow is both black and white.
Personal knowledge.
Personal.
Personal. Why?
Maybe opinion.
Sir, it is personal knowledge because it is purely their perception, their opinion. Whether you believe it or not, this is up to you. But according to him, it is the crow is black or white.
Okay.
So it is his personal knowledge,
Very good.
not a
Maybe it's a
public.
viewpoint. Maybe it's a
Yes.
viewpoint and may opinion point.
Yes. Correct. The direction in which sun rises is east. Is it a public knowledge or personal knowledge?
Public knowledge.
It is public knowledge.
It's a universe. It's a universe knowledge.
Yes. All of us know this. All of us believe in this. Hence, it is a public knowledge. I can please my boss by praising him or her.
Personal.
It is a personal knowledge.
Personal knowledge.
I can please my boss by praising him or her. And this is a statement of knowledge. Please think of this as a statement of knowledge. I know that I can please my boss by praising him or her. This is a personal knowledge. Because there may be bosses who don't like your praise. If you praise, they may become angry. If you praise them, they may say that, no, don't praise me. Show me in your work. I don't want your praise. Show me in your work. So all bosses are not same. So when I say I can please my boss by praising him or her, it is my personal knowledge. All human beings are basically good. All human
So
beings
opinion. It's a personal knowledge. Opinion.
It is an opinion.
Personal knowledge.
It is a personal knowledge.
Yes.
It is. I may be believing in it. It is an opinion. We'll come to a different kind of set of knowledges that the terminologies are used for types of knowledge, explicit knowledge and implicit knowledge, declarative knowledge, tacit knowledge, a posteriori knowledge and a priori knowledge. What are these things? Let us think of that one by one. Declarative knowledge are of three kinds actually. One is factual knowledge. What we say as fact. For example, recalling the names and dates of important battles. When did this battle happen? In which year? You are actually talking about factual knowledge. Or you can remember who directed which movie. Who was the director of this movie? It is a factual knowledge. Declarative, of course, but factual. Conceptual knowledge. This is another. Conceptual knowledge. Knowledge of a concept. For instance, you learn that plants use sunlight to turn carbon dioxide and water into food and oxygen. What is this process called as?
Photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis. You know the concept of photosynthesis. You have the concept of photosynthesis. This kind of knowledge is called conceptual knowledge. In fact, most of these conceptual knowledges are the technical terms of a discipline. They are the technical terms that are present in that discipline. Each one of them is a concept. Procedural knowledge is the third kind of declarative knowledge. Knowledge of doing things. Knowledge of doing things, such as starting the engine, shifting the gears, using the steering wheel. What is this person doing?
Car driving.
Driving.
Dynamic.
This person is driving. So this person has the knowledge of driving. Driving is a procedure. Driving is not necessarily in terms of concept or fact. It is procedure. It's a procedural knowledge. I know how to drive. That means I know the procedure of driving. I know how to prepare rasam. That means I know the procedure of preparing rasam. That is my knowledge. I have procedural knowledge. So there are different kinds of knowledges that, please remember, when you say research, you may have to think of what kind of knowledge am I trying to generate? Which kind of knowledge? That is what has to be there at the back of the mind of the researcher. Am I trying to generate a procedural knowledge? How to do something? Am I trying to generate a conceptual knowledge? For example, the relationship between medicinal plants, extract, and toxicity of venom. What kind of knowledge is that? What kind of knowledge will be that?
Sir, conceptual knowledge.
Conceptual knowledge. You are generating a new concept. Are you generating a new concept? Probably it can fit into the factual knowledge.
Factual knowledge, sir. Yes,
You are trying to find out a fact in terms of a relationship. You are trying to find out a fact in terms of relationship between two things. One is the plant extract, another is the toxicity. You are finding a relationship and you are going to state that in the form of a fact. A posteriori and a priori knowledge. A posteriori, which is factual, empirical knowledge. A posteriori knowledge is factual or empirical knowledge. You know that when you do research in science or even other disciplines where research is done, you are trying to create an a posteriori knowledge. Whereas there are certain knowledges, you know certain things which doesn't require any experiment to be done. You don't have to collect evidence. Example, all bachelors are unmarried. All bachelors are unmarried. You don't have to go and do an experiment on that. You don't have to collect any evidence. You only are using logic. Using your logic, you are making this statement. Say, for example, if the two angles of a triangle, is equal to 120 degrees, what will be the third angle? If the two angles of a triangle are 120 degrees, what will be the third angle? Yes?
60 degrees.
60. Did you do any experiment to say this?
No, sir, no need.
No. Did you collect any evidence to say this? You didn't collect any evidence, but you know it has to be 60. Right? How? Because you use logic. Knowledge can be generated either through logic, like for example, much of the knowledge in mathematics, mathematical knowledge, is a priori. A priori meaning that which does not require evidence, that which requires only logic. The knowledge in mathematics largely is a priori, whereas knowledge in science and other disciplines is a posteriori. Knowledge which is based on experience, knowledge which is based on observations, knowledge which is based on evidences. That kind of knowledge is a posteriori knowledge. For example, neem leaves are bitter in taste. Suppose you did not know at all. You did not know. You have never known. Suppose you have to know this. Neem leaves are bitter in taste. What will you do?
Yes.
You have to taste it. That means you require evidence. Only after tasting the neem leaf will you be able to say or know that neem leaves are bitter in taste. That knowledge, that I know neem leaves are bitter in taste, is possible only when you have experienced it. So it is which kind of knowledge? A priori or a posteriori? Which kind of knowledge is that? Yes?
Priori.
Which kind of knowledge is this? I have to have evidence. I should taste it to know that neem leaves are bitter. Which type of knowledge?
A posterior.
Sir.
A posteriori. Yes, it is
A
a
posterior.
posteriori knowledge. It is not a priori. It is a posteriori knowledge. Okay, let me come to another thing. Explicit knowledge. Explicit knowledge is that which is contained in manuals, documents, procedures, and how to do videos, etc. I know how to
Simply
cook.
collections.
I know how
Collection
to.
of files.
Yeah, Nalini madam, you can speak.
Collection of data.
Nalini madam, you can speak. Yes? Okay, that may be my mistake. Yeah. You know that when you purchase a new washing machine, there is a manual which is given with it. You get it with a manual. How to use this? Before that, you did not know how to use a washing machine. You had no idea. You were not knowing. After reading that manual, you come to know how to use a washing machine. So that is that kind of knowledge which is explicit knowledge. It is given in the manuals. It is written in the documents. It is written in the procedures or videos which are telling you how to do something. There are so many videos available on the YouTube. Anything that you want. Tell me, the knowledge which is contained in the textbook, is it explicit knowledge or implicit knowledge? It is
explicit knowledge. Because of collections of
Explicit knowledge.
Textbooks contain explicit knowledge.
Knowledge, yes, sir.
Whereas what is implicit knowledge? Is the practical application of explicit knowledge. Implicit knowledge is the practical application of explicit knowledge. It is essentially learned skills or know-how. When you say, I know how to do this, or I know this, you would have got it from some explicit knowledge. That becomes your implicit knowledge. Now let me come to the Indian system of knowledge generation. Whatever we discussed so far was the Western system of knowledge generation. How is it done in India? How India also says that it has a very long past and so much of knowledge is present in India. How did they generate? Did they also use scientific method? In fact, any knowledge statement, according to the Indian philosophers, should have three components in it. There are three components which I have written here. Pramana, Pramatra, and Prameya. Any statement of knowledge should have three components in it. When you are generating knowledge, there is somebody who is generating knowledge. Which one of the three it is? Somebody who is generating knowledge. It is a part of the Pramatra, the subject of inquiry. What is it that I have to know? Or the knower. What is it that I have to know? Or the knower is Pramatra. What is to be known? What to know is Prameya, the object of inquiry. And how I will know it? Means of inquiry is Pramana. Pramana is nothing but, in a way, evidence. ಈ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಪ್ರಮಾಣ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಎವಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್? ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಡೂ, isn't it? For the any inquiry leads to jnana according to the Indian philosophers. Jnana. ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಸರಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಇದೆಯಾ ನಿನ್ಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಸಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂದಾಗ. ಜ್ಞಾನ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ? ಜ್ಞಾನ ಗಳಿಸೋಕೆ. ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ನಾವೇನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? ಜ್ಞಾನ ಮಂದಿರ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಜ್ಞಾನ ಗಂಗೋತ್ರಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾವ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ?
ಮೈಸೂರು.
ಮೈಸೂರು. ಜ್ಞಾನ ಗಂಗೋತ್ರಿ
ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು.
ಬೆಂಗಳೂರ್ದು ಜ್ಞಾನ ಗಂಗೋತ್ರಿ ಹೇಳಿದಾರ?
ಜ್ಞಾನ ಭಾರತಿ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು.
ಜ್ಞಾನ ಭಾರತಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ
ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರು ಜ್ಞಾನ ಭಾರತಿ,
ಮೈಸೂರು ಮಾನಸ ಗಂಗೋತ್ರಿ,
ಮೈಸೂರು ಮಾನಸ ಗಂಗೋತ್ರಿ.
ಹೌದು.
ಕುವೆಂಪು ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಸರ್.
ಈಸ್ ಕುವೆಂಪು ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ನೇಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್?
ಜ್ಞಾನ ಗಂಗೋತ್ರಿ.
ಜ್ಞಾನ ಗಂಗೋತ್ರಿ ಇದೆಯಾ? ನನ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
ಜ್ಞಾನ ಸಹ್ಯಾದ್ರಿ.
ಜ್ಞಾನ ಗಂಗೋತ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಇರ್ಲಿ.
ಜ್ಞಾನ ಸಹ್ಯಾದ್ರಿ ಸರ್.
ಜ್ಞಾನ
ಜ್ಞಾನ ಸಹ್ಯಾದ್ರಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಓಕೆ. But please remember, we are using the term ಜ್ಞಾನ. ಜ್ಞಾನ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. that is what is the Indian. ಜ್ಞಾನದಲ್ಲಿ 3 ತರ ಇದೆ. There are 3 types of ಜ್ಞಾನ. One is ಪ್ರಾಮಾಣ್ಯ ಅನುಭವ ಜ್ಞಾನ. ಪ್ರಾಮಾಣ್ಯ ಅನುಭವ ಜ್ಞಾನ. That means that which I know right now. I know that Dr. Nagaraj is there on the other side sitting and attending this session. I know that Niranjan is sitting on the other side and attending this session. I know that Devika madam is sitting on the other side and attending this session. I know that Chandrasekhar sir is sitting on the other side and attending. This jnana, this knowledge is pramanya anubhava jnana. That which is occurrent, the occurrent cognition is pramanya anubhava jnana. Whereas pramanya jnana, true cognition, when I am in the online session, there will be people in the session, is generalized knowledge. In the pramanya jnana, true cognition. Whereas any cognition in any online session, there will be a presenter and there will be participants, is jnana, any cognition. So there are different levels at which the Indian knowledge system speaks of jnana. This is something which we should remember. What is the method used for generating knowledge? We have discussed so far about scientific method, the method of science. And the method of science was given to us by the Westerners. They were the ones who invented this method. And what is the basis of this? Scientific method is based on empiricism, that means evidence. In whichever form you think is the evidence. Evidence is required. And please remember, objectivity is also required. Objectivity leads to measurement. Like for example, in the study on snake venom, the toxicity is measured. Use some way. There has to be some way in which toxicity has to be measured. In the mental, what is that? What was the topic? Varsha madam? Varsha Patnaik madam, what was the topic? Mental health.
Mental health and academic achievement. Yes, sir.
Academic achievement. Academic achievement has to be measured. There has to be some way in which Dr. Varsha Patnaik would measure academic achievement. So in scientific method, there has to be evidence, and also the evidence has to be studied objectively, not subjectively. Whereas in the Indian system, there is a difference. Let me come to the Indian system. There are 6 ways of knowing. There are 6 different ways of knowing. One is Pratyaksha Pramana. Another is Anumana. Third is Shabda, Upamana, Arthapatti, Anupalabdhi. There are so many. I'll just speak of 3 of them. Pratyaksha. Pratyaksha is, I have seen. I have seen it. I have seen that Dr. Nagaraj has attended the online session at this time. I have seen it. So I know. When I tell to somebody else, I know that he has attended, I have Pratyaksha Pramana. I have seen him. Anumana. Anumana is not Pratyaksha. You have not seen. You have not seen that.
Doubting.
Like, for example, if there is smoke, there must be fire.
Yes.
If there is cloud, it may rain. It is Anumana. I know that it may rain today. Why? How do you know that? Because I am seeing cloud. Because I am seeing cloud, I know that it may rain today. Because there is smoke, I have seen the smoke, I know there will be fire. No, see, this is Anumana. This is another way of knowing. If X exists, Y will exist. If X is present, Y will be invariably present. That is the kind of relation which Shabda. Shabda is I have heard this. I have heard Dr. Varsha Patnaik's topic of research was on mental health and academic achievement. I have heard this. She did tell this. So I know what was the topic of her research. How did I know? I know that was the topic of her research because she mentioned it. That is the reason why I know it. Please remember, all these are creations of knowledge. In scientific method, we don't go by this. Whereas in the Indian system, we go by this. Sabda is also that which is written somewhere. This is written in Bhagavad Gita. This is written in Bible. This is written in Quran. This is written in the Constitution of India. This is written in the textbook. That which is written is Sabda. Sabda. Language is used. The language is the basis. So there are different ways. I don't want to spend much time on this because I have something else also to discuss with you. What is a statement of knowledge? A statement of knowledge actually is an inference or a generalization. Any statement of knowledge is an inference or a generalization. And research is undertaken to arrive at a statement of knowledge. What was the finding, madam? Varsha, madam, your finding of your study?
Sir, there is it was a relationship study, and I found that there is a slight relationship between mental health and academic achievement of the BA trainees.
Okay.
Not too much.
There is
slight
relationship between academic achievement and mental health, right? Okay.
Yes.
Let me come to the snake venom study. Our friend who has done the snake venom study, Chandrasekhar, is it? Chandrasekhar?
No, Natraj, sir.
Natraj.
Natraj, sir. Are you there? Nataraj sir has gone to his lab probably. Nataraj sir. Okay, Anita madam, what was the?
Sir, I am here. Sir, I am here.
Oh
Hello?
yes, sir. Thank you so much, Nataraj sir. Tell me,
Yes.
what was the finding of your research?
Sir, I used 2 plants.
No, I'm asking you, what was the finding?
That's what I'm
What did
saying.
you find out?
I used 2 plants. Both the plants had moderate effect of neutralizing cobra venom, whereas they were not effective against rattlesnake or other venom components.
Very
It was
good. Very
effective
good.
against.
See, again, it is a relationship.
Yes.
There are 2 plant extracts, and both of them had a moderate effect on the toxicity of cobra venom, and both of them did not have any relation in reducing the toxicity of rattlesnake. Now, what is it? This is a statement of knowledge. This is a statement of knowledge. And after doing all his work, whatever he did in the laboratory, after doing so much of work, he has come out with a statement of generalization. He has come out with a public knowledge. What is that public knowledge? It is a relationship. Anita madam, yours also was a study of relationship. Yours was actually an evaluation study, no?
Evaluation study.
HRDC, yeah.
Yes.
What was the finding?
Yes, sir. In the impact of ICDS was positive in the rural area, but it was not so satisfactory in urban area.
Very good. I mean, again, it is cause effect.
Yes.
Whereas the other two, Varsha madam study is a correlational study.
Yes.
It is a relationship.
Yes,
It
sir.
is not cause effect. It is not cause effect.
Yes,
she is
sir.
not saying that achievement is causing mental health. No. Or mental health is causing achievement. No, she is not saying that. She is only saying there is a relationship. There is a relationship. But she doesn't know, she doesn't want to claim that X is causing Y. We may guess, Anumana may come. We may use Anumana logic to say that if this is the relationship, then X might have caused Y. X might have caused Y. We don't know. We are not sure. Now, so please remember, research leads to statement of generalization. Generalizations can be in the cause-effect form. Generalizations can be in the declarative form. Generalizations can be in the inferential statement form or in a relationship form. But all of them are generalizations.